Another good way to get into the industry is to gain some work experience before you apply to an organisation. Now, this is not like your usual work experience, say working as an administrator for a law firm if you want to be a lawyer. With maritime-based careers, this generally means some time out to sea where you develop practical skills, nautical skills.
There is no work experience because you can't put a young person, say a 16-year-old, well, say a 14 or 15-year-old from school on a ship's tanker safely, and allow them to do anything that would have any meaning. Insurance is just a nightmare. So the work experience that we can offer the industry offers really is, well, it doesn't happen not on board ships anyway. It's only once you're on a proper cadet training program and are signed on board that ship as a member of the crew that you're covered by insurance and all the health and safety rules and that kind of stuff. So it's not really an issue. It's not an issue. It doesn't happen. Which creates a difficulty, having said that, in fact, because the only way you know whether you can actually like being at sea, no matter how much research you do, is by going up the gangway and sailing on a ship. And then you know whether you like it. And it has to be said, some people do just that, and they find they don't like it. And then they leave. But that's inevitable. Not everybody is going to take to a life at sea, no matter how much they think they will before they actually go to sea.
I think getting work experience in this kind of industry can be difficult, and certainly in terms of skippering a boat commercially and professionally, you have to have the Yachtmaster qualification. But I mean, particularly around here in the Solent, there are lots of boats that people can help crew on, and we offer courses like yacht racing, also how to crew a boat, and if people just want to come out for a sail with us for a week and build some miles, we offer those. So we don't just offer the qualifications. If people just literally want to come out and enjoy sailing on the boat, then that's perfectly fine with us. And we take people to interesting places like the West Country, the Scilly Isles, and then as far away as the Canary Islands and the Caribbean. So it's a nice place to do it.
What are the biggest challenges in the maritime industry? Where is maritime positioned right now in the current economic climate, where shipping is on the up and naval operations are experiencing one of their most prolific periods in recent history?
I think the biggest challenges that you face at work is being away from home for long periods of time. Sometimes it can affect your friendship life or your social life or even your love life. But you find ways around it. You are meeting people on your ships, you are making new friends, you make friends all around the world. Other things are that you do take on a huge amount of responsibility very early on. You could be 19 qualifying as a third officer in charge of a ship for 8 hours a day. It is a huge, huge responsibility. But you just have to take it in your stride and always know that if there's anything you need, call the captain. That's one thing that's always drilled into us, call the captain. But I think those are really the biggest challenges. Everything else is almost normal really, except with a few bonuses thrown in.
I guess one of the main challenges for the industry is making sure that we teach people to the highest level that we can. That goes for sailing schools like Intersail and others. Particularly with the growth of all the electronic navigation equipment, what we need to do is emphasise to people that if you're buying a boat, you need to know how to navigate without that kind of equipment. If it goes down or you have some sort of technical glitch, then you really need to be aware of how to navigate without that and be aware of the dangers. Obviously, sailing on a day like today is beautiful, but you need to be aware that accidents can happen and be prepared for that. So that's what we need to be aware and to teach our students to be aware of also. But I think generally the future is very bright.
What kind of people are our experts looking for?
I'm looking for people of all ages. There is no age limit these days. The minimum age limit is 16 on entry, and that's when you enter on the Higher National Diploma course. But within our scheme, we have 16-year-olds, and I've got a 34-year-old. There is another one within the industry who recently has qualified, who is somewhere in the region of 45. And he was somebody who decided to change his career. Had a struggle actually to find a company that would accept him at the age of 42, but they nevertheless took him on, and now he's a qualified watchkeeping officer. So there is no real age limit. There are limitations, of course, but there is no real age limit.
The qualities that cadets need if they're going to succeed at sea primarily are the personal qualities. The academic work is challenging. I've already indicated that, but that's not where people stand or fail. That isn't what it's about. It's really to do with self-reliance, determination, and a can-do attitude is probably the defining way of putting it. When things go wrong at sea, you can't go ashore, you can't go and phone your mother up and ask for advice, you can't walk away from problems. You've got to crack on and just cope with it and deal with it. So the ones that succeed are those that have got the personal qualities that enable them to do that.